Welcome to SuperDavedev. Shout out to SuperDavedev. We are watching the Formula 1 French Grand Prix. Paul Ricard, the Emirates Grand Prix de France 2021. Race started. When the race started, I can tell you now that Verstappen was in control. Unfortunately, he lost control at the second turn. His car started sliding. His back end slide was sliding. He had to try and counter steer to try and stop his car from sliding. He had to go off the track to get the car under control, and he rejoined in second place. So Verstappen started the race pretty comfortably for the first few seconds, and then unfortunately the second corner his car was sliding. They say that there's a lot of wind. There's a lot of crosswinds on the pit straight. The main straight where they start, there's a lot of crosswinds, and that caught him off guard, and that caused his car to basically be less grippy, as he would have expected more grip, and he got less grip, and that caused him to slide. So we are now on the 6th lap. Lewis Hamilton does lead, only 1.3 seconds in front of Verstappen. Valtteri Bottas is 2.2 seconds behind them. Sergio Perez is 6 seconds. Is that correct? Is that 6 seconds? Sergio Perez is 6 seconds behind the leaders, which is kind of scary. It's scary. Okay, so Gasly is behind Carlos Sainz. Sainz is the Ferrari in 5th position. Gasly is of course driving the sister racing team for Red Bull, which is AlphaTauri. He's the only sister racing car that is basically splitting the Ferraris, that are basically going to be a threat to the Ferraris. Leclerc is now chasing after Gasly. However, Gasly is basically keeping up or sticking with Carlos Sainz in front of him. So you've got Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas, Perez, Sainz, Carlos Sainz, Gasly, Leclerc in 7th. You've got Alonso in 8th, which is very good for Alonso. Seeing that how mature Alonso is of a racing driver, you wouldn't necessarily expect him to stick with the young guns, as you'd say. Fastest lap for Valtteri Bottas, 1 minute 39.2. Fastest lap for Valtteri Bottas. Interesting. Valtteri Bottas is actually trying to now basically put pressure on Verstappen, which is very interesting. Not good for Verstappen, of course. Lando Norris is behind Ricard. Ricard is in 9th. Lando Norris in 10th. Vettel 11th. Ocon is in 12th. Giovinazzi, Alfa Romeo driver, in 13th. 14th you have Raikkonen. 15th Stroll. 16th Tsunoda. Nicholas Latifi 17th. 18th George Russell. 19th, I almost sneezed. 19th is Russell. 19th is Mazepin, and then 20th is Mick Schumacher. Bottas is setting up another fastest lap. So Bottas is definitely trying to sandwich Verstappen between him and Lewis Hamilton in front. Not gonna lie, I didn't sleep much last night, so I'm probably gonna be the worst person to commentate, but I'm gonna try my best because I do feel like this is gonna be a very important race for this season. If Verstappen passes Lewis Hamilton on track, then unfortunately, or should I say fortunately, not unfortunately, but fortunately, Verstappen has the power he needs to beat Lewis Hamilton. If he cannot beat him by passing him on track, and they have to do it through strategy, it means that Red Bull have, basically redefined, sharpened their skills on how to strategize better, because Mercedes is very used to strategizing Lewis Hamilton winning a race. So now for Red Bull to do the same is exactly what we expect, because we want to see Verstappen also get that advantage and get a team that will help him. Wait, I think Perez is now... Perez, I believe, is catching up to Bottas. So this is where it's very important to have a teammate. Because instead of having two people that you have to worry about, your teammate can take one problem away from you. And then you only have to worry about Lewis. So I'm technically talking about Verstappen here. What Verstappen needs to do is just focus on Lewis. Focus on how Lewis is driving and where Lewis is maybe not, as fast as you, being Verstappen. So where is Lewis Hamilton not as fast as Verstappen? At the moment, it's the straights. So the straight line speed of the Red Bull, for whatever reason, Red Bull and Honda has produced a very fast upgraded engine, and they've literally put that engine specifically in for this race. So they made sure to have this engine ready for Red Bull, and Honda has delivered a masterpiece of an engine. However, do never forget that McLaren was the first team to allow Honda exclusivity to be their sole engine suppliers. And what happened? Honda's engines failed. Honda's engines didn't have any reliability. So will we see good performance at the cost of reliability? That is the main question here. If you are Verstappen, that should be a question. However, he's a race driver, so all he cares about is that his engine is stuck to his car and that he has to press the accelerator. And as long as that accelerator tells his engine to move forward, that's all that Verstappen really cares about. If the engine breaks, he didn't do anything. That is the engine. That's the engine supplier. So I personally hope that Honda's failures will not come back to haunt Verstappen today. There's many reasons why they would have pushed for Honda to produce a more powerful engine. There's many reasons why Honda is now being relied on more heavily than they were before. And that's because of the flexi-wing drama. The drama where Red Bull is using some very strange designs to allow their car's wings to be more flexible during specific downforce, where their wing will basically adjust more than it's supposed to. It's like having rubber. If rubber can move in many ways that normal, let's say carbon fiber cannot move, and that is what they've done. They've somehow engineered a wing that moves in such a way that it's not supposed to move, and that indirectly or directly was the reason for them to try and cheat the system by not having too much downforce. If you don't know what downforce is, I can't 100% help you, because it's a long story. Downforce is basically what keeps the car gripped to the track. The more speed the car takes, the more downforce you should have, dependent on what the wing setup is. As far as I know, Mercedes is deliberately putting more downforce on their car for this specific track, more than Red Bull, And the reason is because they are not comfortable with the Mercedes having less downforce, which I think paid off for them in the end, because that's exactly what caught Red Bull of Verstappen at the start of the race. It caught him off guard. I should perhaps listen to what they're saying, but I'm so stuck. Okay, so one thing I want to make very clear here. I believe this championship is no longer Lewis Hamilton, trying to beat Verstappen, or Verstappen trying to beat Lewis Hamilton. I think this championship has become more of a team manager situation, where you have the team principal Christian Horner and team principal Toto Wolff of Mercedes. So Christian Horner is the team principal of Red Bull Racing, if you don't know this. And Toto Wolff is the team principal of Mercedes, of Lewis Hamilton's team. And it seems there is some let's say some very stern words between these two team principals. They are not very happy with each other. They're very much in a let's just say in a standoff with each other. So I would not be surprised that it's going to come down to Christian Horner versus Toto Wolff. You will hear them more loudly and clearly call out the other by name. So Christian Horner will mention Toto Wolff by name, saying this is why we won if Red Bull wins today. Or if vice versa, Toto Wolff will call out Red Bull, say this is why we win and why you didn't win, Christian Horner from Toto Wolff. So you will definitely, I believe this is now more a case of now there's personal interest, deep interest for the team principals of Christian Horner for Red Bull and Toto Wolff to actually directly point fingers at another team, a specific team, because they're in direct competition. There's a personal connection to what they want to achieve, and they want to be better than the other team principal. So we have a face-off between two team principals. That's what I'm going to call it. We might see them do this the whole season. We might only see them do this for the next couple of races, but this will be something that you will see. Trust me. I noticed it as soon as Christian Horner told Toto Wolff to stop, interfering with the test of FIA, because the test of FIA was conducted on the rear wing and the rear wings was cleared. But Toto Wolff deliberately stated that those wings should not be allowed, and that is where it started. It started with the flexi wings, and I completely agree with Toto Wolff. He had to mention it because everybody understood that there was something going on with the rear wings. However, Christian Horner is mentioning that the front wings of the Mercedes also has some very strange the design choices that could also be a concern in the future, where the FIA should maybe look closer towards what Mercedes is doing with their front wings. That is what Christian Horner is saying. So yes, that is a back and forth between those two. Let me just focus on the race here, because I do want to say what I wanted to say, which I just did say. I did say that, and yes, I am a little bit tired. I barely slept last night, literally barely slept last night, so I am really tired. So I really want to see what happens to this race, and I really want to understand where Honda and Verstappen is in relation. Now you can see that Hamilton is building a small lead to Verstappen. Verstappen was 1.3 seconds behind Hamilton. Now he's 2.29 seconds. And then Bottas is 2.5 seconds behind Verstappen. So Bottas is staying with Verstappen, but Verstappen can't necessarily stay with Hamilton that well. He's staying. Verstappen is trying to keep it at 2 seconds. I can see it when I look at the timesheets that Verstappen is trying to make sure that Hamilton does not get away from him more than 2 seconds ahead. Vettel has just passed Alonso. So the two older championship champions, the two older Formula One champions, you can say they're a little bit older, the older generation. Okay, Alonso is way older than Alonso is way older than Verstappen. You see, there now I'm showing you how tired I am. I can't even remember the names, even though I know those names very well. I know those names by heart. Sebastian Vettel, that is his full name, and Fernando Alonso, the Spaniard. Vettel is a German, and Fernando Alonso is a Spaniard. Oh, Valtteri Bottas made a mistake. He didn't really lose much time because he basically cut the corner, which is not good. You shouldn't be allowed to cut a corner and still be 2 seconds behind. I don't think that's fair. So Fernando Alonso is saying that he didn't realize that he has a brake spot on his tires. If you don't know what those spots are, it is when you break your tire and you shave off rubber because you are trying to slow down the car so heavily that the car's wheels don't turn, and then they scrape on the tarmac, and that causes basically scrapes on the tire, which make it uneven, which means that those patches, those areas on the tire that got scraped might be very weak and might actually cause the tire to break, as we saw in the previous race where Verstappen and Stroll's left rear tires exploded. Even though then there was no indication because there was no spots on the tires to indicate that it would explode. Oh yeah, just a quick update. If you don't know this, I will confirm this for you. Pirelli first said that no, it was debris that caused Verstappen and Stroll's tires to blow. But then they did more let's say, dude, being tired is so bad because you can't say what you want to say as fast as you want to say it. Okay, so Pirelli did investigate the situation and they found that it was not debris. It wasn't debris. Now, of course, they're going to blame something else. Now, I'm not even going to tell you what... Okay, let me tell you what they say. They say that it's because of tire pressure. The teams did not put the correct tire pressure, and the teams did not... basically, what they're saying is that, no, the tire blew up because of situations outside of their control. So all it comes down to is that, yes, they did admit that it wasn't debris from the accidents that happened that cut those tires, that exploded from Lance Stroll and from Max Verstappen. It was something to do with the tire. That's all I need to know. So yes, there is a problem with that tire, and Pirelli cannot say it straightforward. They cannot be blunt with it because ultimately they have to worry about the people that look at their tires now and think, oh my god, this tire will explode on my car. Because at the end of the day, they are a company and they only care about how much money they make. And unfortunately, that is why they will never truly admit that, yes, maybe their tire had a factory defect, that they maybe built it with a weaker membrane or some stuff, but they don't have that moral value. Unfortunately, that is just what you will get from a company. That's what you would expect. Charles Leclerc is past Nikita Mazepin. Why is Charles Leclerc fighting for 18th position? Oh my god, I can't focus on everything because I'm so deep in conversation, I forget to actually look at everything that's happening. Leclerc is in 17th position. What happened to you, dude? Did he go off the track, maybe? Made a mistake, perhaps. I'm going to assume that Fernando Alonso, that Charles Leclerc in the Ferrari made a mistake, and now he's he was 18th. He was all the way at the back of the grid, and now he's trying to come back, which is going to be very hard for him. Lap number 16. Lap number 16. My only concern is that Verstappen is now 3 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned, man. Because if Lewis Hamilton can build a lead over Verstappen, it means that Verstappen cannot. Damn. Verstappen made one mistake. One mistake. A mistake where you try to correct the fact that his car was sliding because of the wind, because of the grip, because of how his car is set up. Unfortunately, he got screwed, kind of. The race is not over, you might say. The race is not over. However, we're talking about Lewis Hamilton. We're talking about Mercedes, dude. The fact that he's in front of Verstappen, that's the problem. Because he normally doesn't have to be in front of Verstappen for his team to strategize for him to be in the pits and faster out, and then somehow get in front of Verstappen in the pits. So that is my concern. Whoa, 10 seconds? I thought Perez was catching up to Bottas, but he's not. Perez is 5 seconds behind Bottas, dude. Perez is 5 seconds behind Bottas. Bottas is still 2 seconds behind. Oh damn, fastest lap I think. I think Bottas has another fastest lap. Bottas goes into the pits. Thank goodness. Because he really freaking looks like he's gonna attack Verstappen sooner or later. He goes into the pits, he'd probably join around 8th, 7th position. You most likely will join around 8th to 7th position. Let's see. Oh, the rest of the people are pitting as well. Lando Norris, is that in the pits? Everybody is basically going to the pits. Gasly went into the pits. Alonso is not going to the pits. Alonso is continuing on. So Daniel Ricciardo. Where is Daniel Ricciardo? They're showing him, but I can't see him on the. Okay, so Ricciardo's in 18th position. Why are they saying that he made up positions when he's in 18th? I mean, I'm saying 18th position. I meant to say he is in. Ricciardo's in 14th position. Red Bull. So is this Perez or is this Verstappen? It's Verstappen. Verstappen goes into the pits. This is good. This is good because now he is the one going to make the first move. He wants to get the fresh tires. He wants to be able to set the fastest laps. So Verstappen basically pitted before Lewis Hamilton pitted, which means that Verstappen has brand new tires. Lewis Hamilton does not have brand new tires. Now the only thing that's going to happen now is if Hamilton and his team allows Lewis Hamilton to stay out. Okay, no, I think he's coming in. No, that's Alonso, right? Esteban Ocon goes into the pit stop. I thought it was Fernando Alonso, but no, it's his teammate. So the good thing here is that Verstappen has fresh tires now because he needed to do something. He couldn't pass Lewis Hamilton. His race pace wasn't fast enough. Now fresh tires will give you more grip, and it might give you that confidence that you need to put faster laps than the first guy. Okay, so he wants him to box. So Lewis Hamilton will box immediately. Okay, so there's no advantage. There is no advantage. Lewis Hamilton is going to come into the pit, so you will definitely leave in first place unless if his team, his pit stop crew make a mistake. Unless if they make a mistake. 2.2 seconds, extremely fast, dude. Extremely fast pit stop. Perez is now in the lead. Now, what I would do is I would let Perez hold Lewis Hamilton back. Oh my goodness, are you oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Verstappen passes Lewis Hamilton. Perfect. This is exactly what Red Bull wanted. Fastest lap for Valtteri Bottas, 1 minute 36. I can't even worry about Bottas right now because how fast, dude? Verstappen's lap must have been faster than Bottas because holy crap. The fact that Lewis pitted immediately the next lap, that is insane to me. What is his lap, dude? What is his lap time? Because that must have been a massive lap. Damn, Verstappen. What is his lap time, man? Basically, Bottas still has the fastest lap, but what is Lewis Hamilton's lap time there? Damn. Okay, so Red Bull has a very strong engine. There's no way that you can deny. But I'm gonna mention this only because I have to. I know this. I might jinx it, but I have to mention it because this is what Formula One is. No one knows until the final lap. No one knows until they reach the final lap and they cross the final checkered flag. No one knows. And this is what I'm gonna say is that Red Bull and Honda has a history of having failures, having reliability issues. So there's a very big chance that the Honda engine will not last this full race. There's a very big chance. Lewis Hamilton and Bottas is now behind Verstappen. Perez is now in the lead, of course. I wonder if Perez shouldn't stay out, but the problem is I don't think he's got the pace. But Lewis Hamilton is on Verstappen's ass. Like, he's on him. Like, Lewis Hamilton wants to get past Verstappen, and I think he might actually get it, dude. I think Hamilton might actually get past Verstappen. How did Verstappen... Like, if Lewis Hamilton stayed out for a couple of laps, then I would understand why Verstappen will still end up maybe in front. But he pitted directly after Verstappen pitted. He directly pitted the next exact lap. So I don't understand how he did that. It just shows you, like, because the one thing I knew that Verstappen had to pit because he wasn't gonna pass Lewis. He wasn't. Lewis was keeping his distance, even building. So Verstappen is frustrated. So Verstappen is basically sounding like someone that's very concerned. He's very stressed, and normally Verstappen sounds a little bit more less stressed. He sounds more in control. Yeah, so basically what the problem is that Max Verstappen is leading 2 Mercedes that are charging at him, dude. And Lewis Hamilton is right behind him. So this is like, this is one of those situations where Lewis Hamilton, if he sees any weakness in your racing line, so how a racing driver dictates, oh, I think he made a small error. Lewis Hamilton, no, they are saying that he's struggling in the slipstream, but that might not be correct. I think he went wide in one corner. I'm not sure which corner it was. I think Lewis Hamilton made a very minor error. Then Ricciardo getting passed by Raikkonen, I believe. I'm just mentioning that because I think Ricciardo is still a cool driver. There's so many like Raikkonen. I was a massive Raikkonen supporter because my original driver was Mika Häkkinen. So Raikkonen was basically, you know, the best replacement for Mika Häkkinen in my opinion back in the day. Now of course he's no longer competing in the main teams. He's still a decent driver, but unfortunately, you know, it's always about who wins, who is the best. Verstappen is actually building up a minor lead. Okay, minor. It's actually like, yeah, it's not really a lead. It's just 1 second. It's not really a lead. It's just 1 second, dude. This is scary, dude. Because now they say that Bottas is now attacking Lewis Hamilton. I knew something was wrong. Hamilton made some error or something happened, and now he's not that comfortable with his car anymore. Bottas is definitely hunting down his own teammate. I can only imagine team orders will dictate that Bottas will be told by his team to stand down. And Bottas would be like, you know what, I'm gonna push Lewis Hamilton because I want to see him sweat. Why? Because Bottas is basically a designated second driver. He is told that he will not win the championship. He is told that. He knows he's not supposed to. They're telling Bottas to do something. I didn't catch it. The team would just radiate. I want to know what they said to him. So Lewis Hamilton is now building up the speed, closing back up to Verstappen, unfortunately. I think what Verstappen needs to do is he needs to, you see, it's very hard because Lewis Hamilton he is not like Verstappen. Verstappen is a rookie compared to Lewis. If you compare the two drivers and their Formula 1 careers, in relation to Verstappen, Hamilton is by far more experienced. And why am I saying that? Because Lewis Hamilton can pretend that some corners he is slow, because remember he led Verstappen the first 12 to 15 laps. Oh my god, he's closing up so heavily to Verstappen. And Sergio Perez is in the pits. Dude, if Sergio Perez could just do something, man. They should have let him stay out and then ask Verstappen to ask Perez to allow Verstappen to pass him, and then let Perez basically keep Lewis Hamilton and Bottas behind him for as long as he can. He wouldn't have been able to do so for too long. He maybe 2 laps. I think Lewis Hamilton wouldn't have even given him a lap, but he would have at least slowed slow them down a little bit, like very minor slowing down, like maybe a half a second slower on their laps. Oh my god, Lewis Hamilton is so close to Verstappen, it's insane. Okay, so what I wanted to say is that, so the reason why I specifically pointed out that Verstappen is a rookie compared to Lewis Hamilton's, oh my god. Lewis Hamilton is like taking corners way sharper than what Verstappen is. Yeah, so they are saying the reason why he's doing this, where he's like having different lines and maybe even sharper lines than in Verstappen, is because of the turbulent air, because he's following a car, and the cars are so designed that if you follow them too closely, the airflow coming from that car is so turbulent, is so let's just say it's such a strong force of wind coming from the back of that car in front of you, that your car wing doesn't know what to do with that, because it's a completely different type of airflow, and that causes that car to actually suffer being too close behind another car. That's what I'm trying to say. Dude, I didn't sleep that much, but my goodness, man, I want to see what's gonna happen, dude. The funny thing is that Christian Horner told Verstappen that he needs to cool down, because he, like, you could hear that Verstappen was extremely stressed. And he's probably still stressed. We just can't hear every single radio message, because that would be insane to hear every single voice and radio message from every single team at every time. You know, it would just be a mess. Very noisy. So if Verstappen finishes in first, as they are now with Lewis Hamilton, then it means that Verstappen will have 130 points at the end of the race, and Lewis Hamilton will have 125 points. They just removed that screen, so I couldn't see it properly. Lewis Hamilton was given a mode change. So that's the information given, that Lewis Hamilton was given a mode change. Now, if you don't know what modes are, these are like some teams have their cars set to a specific performance standard, but then they've got like this very, who the hell is that? Dude, you were just seeing the Red Bull and the Mercedes team just like faces down, trying to look at the data, trying to analyze what they can do, how they can strategize. Like, this is two teams trying to straight up beat each other, dude. All I can say is, if Verstappen is struggling, he's doing a good enough job. He's doing a good enough job that I don't think Lewis actually can get past him. But I know that if Verstappen makes one mistake, as he did at the start of this race, he makes one mistake, he goes off the track just a little bit, it's GG, bro. Lewis Hamilton will pass you. I'm almost 100% sure of it. Daniel Ricciardo passing Esteban Ocon. So it seems that the McLaren's race pace is pretty good. Race pace of McLaren is decent, I must say. So basically what it feels like now is like, it feels like Verstappen is in a boxing match, round, like lap after lap. He has to box with the car, he has to box with Lewis Hamilton behind him. He has to make sure that Lewis Hamilton cannot get close enough to make a move on him, cannot take advantage of anything he does. And that is what Verstappen is feeling right now. He's feeling like he's in an actual match, an actual, you know, let's say combat. He's an actual combat. He is like trying to keep Lewis Hamilton behind him, even though Lewis Hamilton is less than a second behind him, dude. Less than, like, he's 0.5. He's like almost half a second behind Verstappen. Like, if Verstappen does one small minor thing wrong, I believe Lewis Hamilton will pass him. I'm just wondering at what point is Verstappen forgetting perhaps to take care of his tires? I'm not sure if you know this. I'm not sure if anybody listening to me from maybe today or in the future. We cannot keep this up until the end of the race, that is for sure. So Verstappen is saying that he cannot keep trying to defend like this, because it seems like I'm just wondering, wouldn't they pit again? Wouldn't they pit again? I think that they will pit again, right? Okay, so if they're pitting again, it means that what Verstappen needs to try and do is he needs to force Lewis Hamilton to pit first behind him. However, the scary thing is that we already see that what happened with Lewis. Lewis went in first. Verstappen went in first for the pits and still somehow passed Lewis Hamilton, even though Lewis Hamilton was in first place when he pit after Verstappen. So even Verstappen was in second. He went into the pits and still somehow passed Lewis Hamilton when he finished his pit stops after Verstappen. So what I'm saying is that maybe pitting first is the only way to go. Maybe. On this specific track. Most tracks that is not the case. On the majority of tracks you cannot, like 80% of the time, you cannot pit in first place and then the guy behind you pits first before you and then somehow passes you when you pit later on, yet you are in first place anyways. Hamilton, they're showing Hamilton. Yep. So they are now all, they basically, what is being said is that maybe Mercedes might not do a two-stop, but of course Verstappen might do a two-stop. I'm just wondering if Red Bull pits him, let's say 15 laps. So at lap no, that's too early. Maybe lap 39. If at lap 39 they pit Verstappen, give him fresh new tires, hopefully the best tires that they could give him, which would be mediums. I'm assuming mediums would be the best option. It might be hard tires, but I'm assuming mediums are still the faster tire. They might be able to go one stop with Perez. I'm just wondering. So Perez is basically 13 seconds behind Bottas in third. So Bottas is third position, Perez is fourth position. He's 13 seconds. Now they say that Perez doesn't have to pit stop again. So that could be a benefit, because we all know Bottas pitted first. From everybody, Bottas pitted first, so his tires will not be good at all. So Perez might definitely get past Bottas. Mercedes is losing pace, they're saying. No one knows if Lewis Hamilton and Mercedes are actually trying to do a one-stop. They are pretending that they might be doing a two-stop, but I do not trust Mercedes. I do not trust their radio chatter, because they already know that. They are a very smart team. All the information they put out there is the information they want people to know. They want their competitors to listen to the things that they say on the radio. But what is truly going on, they will never truly say anything about. Hello, Mr. Rerun Trading, and welcome to Finn McMillan. Finn McMillan, welcome. They are saying that there's still black clouds on the circuit. They say that there is still a chance for rain. Now it's 2 seconds behind. So Verstappen is now lead. So Verstappen is having a little bit of a lead. Fernando Alonso passed Charles Leclerc, and Charles Leclerc looked like he was standing still. Fernando Alonso passed the young, talented driver Charles Leclerc in a Ferrari. Verstappen is pitting. Oh my god! I wonder if this is okay. So Verstappen is pitting. Verstappen. I don't know if this is a good idea, dude. So Verstappen is pitting now. This is a question. The question is, what is Lewis Hamilton gonna do? What is Lewis Hamilton gonna do? Because we know. I think Red Bull have learned from their mistakes. They learned from Hungary, and they learned from Imola. They learned from Hungary and they learned from Imola. I believe it was Imola this season, right? Where Lewis Hamilton was just waiting, and then pitted with medium tires. Yeah, so Lewis is saying he needs to pit. But yet again, you don't always know what's going on. They only tell you what they want you to hear. That is one thing I've noticed about Mercedes. They won't tell you the full story. They will tell you only what they want you to know. So they are saying that no one knows if Lewis Hamilton will come in. Lewis Hamilton sounds like he wants to come in and change his tires as soon as possible. Now this is where things become interesting, but the problem is the lap. It's lap 33, dude. Like, if it was lap 39, I would have said fine, lap 39. But like they pitted Verstappen at lap 33, dude. I don't think that was. I think Verstappen should have stayed out for at least 2 to 3 laps longer. 2 to 3 laps longer and then pitted. So the only driver that can go to the end is Perez. Perez and the Red Bull can go to the end. Perez is now in 3rd place. Verstappen is now in 4th place. I want to see Verstappen pumping out fastest laps. Bottas still has the fastest lap. so far of the race. Now, of course, this wasn't recently. I want to see Verstappen pumping out some really fast laps now. Come on, Verstappen, pump out some really fast laps, dude. So the longer that Hamilton stays out, the worse it will get for him. Trust me, even if Hamilton pretends, or his team is pretending, if they're in denial, the fact that if Hamilton does not pit soon, Verstappen will pass him again. The only question will be, what state will Verstappen's tires be? What would be the grip on the tires be when Lewis Hamilton pits? So basically, how long will Hamilton stay out? This is a gamble, dude. Because either Lewis Hamilton will stay out long enough, and then Verstappen will obviously pass him when he goes to the pits, but then have enough laps to Verstappen fastest lap 1 minute 36.7. 1 minute 36.7 fastest lap for Lewis for Verstappen. I don't think that is that fast. I think if Verstappen wants to show that he has pace, he has to show it now. And I'm talking about at least 136.5. 1 minute 36.5. If he does those type of laps, then Hamilton is screwed. I'm sure of it. I'm sure of it. Now they're all saying that Lewis Hamilton's tires, that he was all acting, that he wasn't really going to pit, and that it was all just an act. You see, that is why I said, like, never trust what Mercedes say on their radio. Never trust them, dude. Because they know all the information that they put out on the radio. That's the information they want the teams to think going on. So Sergio Perez has fastest lap again for Max Verstappen. 1 minute 36.4. 1 minute 36.4. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. But he has to stay on this race pace. He has to stay there. So basically, what Mercedes is doing now is saying, okay, fine, we don't feel like pitting. You have to come and chase us down, and you have to come and actually pass us if you want to take the lead away from us. So 13 seconds. So if Lewis Hamilton pits now, he's screwed. If Lewis Hamilton pits now, he's screwed. So the gap from first, Lewis Hamilton's in first place, and third, because Verstappen's in third, is 13 seconds. So the gap is 13 seconds. The only question is, Verstappen is pushing his tires so hard. By the time that it gets to Lewis Hamilton, he might not have any grip to even be able to pass Lewis Hamilton. That's also a question. Okay, so what I can tell you now is that how I see this. This is, I feel that Red Bull had to do what they had to do because they felt that they needed to put Verstappen in a position where he can have the pace he wants to have. 9 seconds? No, that's 2, so that's 11 seconds. So Verstappen is now 11 seconds behind Hamilton. 11 seconds. See, I think that is why they put him as soon as possible, because they wanted him to be able to catch up to Hamilton anyways. With fresher tires, of course. You see, I just don't know. I don't know if the grip in the Red Bull tires will be enough, because Verstappen is pushing the living hell out of that car now, and of course pushing his tires. So there's 10 seconds. He's 10 seconds behind. Okay, he's just over 10 seconds. Just over 10 seconds behind Lewis Hamilton. So Verstappen is gaining like 10.5, 10.3, 10. Show 9. Come on, 9. Slowly but surely, Verstappen. Okay, so the problem is Verstappen, not only does Verstappen have to try and catch up to Hamilton, he has to pass Bottas first. Checkmate. Mercedes has a second driver actually doing his duty, being the second driver. Yeah, so there's a small problem. Verstappen is his radio is picking up really poorly. So Verstappen's radio is picking up very poorly, and I wonder if that's going to affect the fact that he can't communicate clearly with his team. His team can't communicate clearly with him. Once again, you just don't know, because this team, like, I know for a fact that Mercedes don't. All the information. Seven seconds, so 7, 8. So he's like just over 8 seconds. Wait, what is going on? Okay, this is just a back mark, a race. Okay, that's an Aston Martin. I believe that's Vettel passing a Ferrari. Fernando Alonso, so that's a... Okay, I see. An Alpine. An Alpine of Fernando Alonso passing... What was Carlos Sainz? This is insane, dude. Insane. Yeah, so the radio of Max Verstappen is really bad. I just hope this is not a case of teams sabotaging, because I don't see how this is the first time ever that Max Verstappen's radio now all of a sudden there's now radio issues. They've got high quality equipment. This is not something you buy in a $1 store down the road, dude. This is companies backing these teams. They are sponsoring these teams with high quality equipment, sponsoring them, showing them that they've got the best equipment. I just hope this is not someone's trying to sabotage. I won't say which team because it might be too obvious. Okay, talking about 7 seconds, dude. Hamilton, if Hamilton pits, he's screwed. I personally would not be surprised if they are... Now Mercedes is pretending like they also have radio issues. I'm sorry, man. First they were going to pit. Oh no, we have to pit our tires, and they didn't pit, nah? You have to think about that for a second. First they were going to pit, but they didn't pit. I'm sorry, man. Mercedes is too sus to me, man. Toto Wolff, trust me, he will go to whatever extremes he has to get his team to win. I'm telling you now. Yeah, because I'm just thinking now, Max Verstappen is pushing his car so hard, he doesn't know, because his team will always be there to remind him on the radio, you know, Max, you're pushing the car too hard, worry about the tire, you know, you still need grip at the end of the race. So Hamilton has got hard tires, Bottas has hard tires. Verstappen has got medium tires. That's the difference here. So Verstappen has got medium. So what is happening now is exactly what Mercedes did to Red Bull at Imola and at Hungary. Exactly what happened last year in Hungary, exactly what happened this year in Imola, where Mercedes pitted with medium tires and then chased and hunted down Verstappen, is what Red Bull is trying to do. They're trying to see if they can do the same thing. I don't know. Six seconds, dude. Just over 6 seconds. Oh no. If Max Verstappen slows down, it won't be good. He is 1.2 seconds a lap faster. 1.2 seconds. So just over a second faster lap than Hamilton is able to do. Dude, I'm telling you now, man. Like, how many races have we listened to the radio? And all of a sudden, the race that Verstappen is catching up to Lewis, now there's issues with his radio. Dude, I'm telling you now, I call sabotage. I call sabotage. Someone is sabotaging, and I feel like I know. So the tire age of Lewis Hamilton is 21 laps, the tire age of Verstappen is 11 laps. You have to understand, Verstappen is using a medium compound, which means his tire will definitely lose grip faster than a harder tire. Bottas is like, I've got no fronts anymore, so it is like they basically, the team is trying to tell Bottas, hey dude, you have to help Lewis Hamilton to stop Verstappen. Okay, now we're moving, dude. Like, I don't know, dude. The problem is very simple. The problem is, how much tire will Verstappen have left? And the fact that dude, I feel strongly that they are sabotaging the radio of Max Verstappen, so the team can't tell him, dude, please watch out for your tire wear. This is happening to your tires. We can see the data, this and that, you know. And that Verstappen can't relay information back to the team, unfortunately. That's just very suspect to me. So Verstappen is now 1.5 seconds, 1.6 seconds behind Bottas. 1.6 seconds behind Bottas, dude. He just needs to get past Bottas and then he's literally on the hunt for Lewis. So I have Finn McMillan. Finn McMillan wants to know, who do I think is going to win the championship in drivers and constructors? So the championship between the drivers, and who's going to win the constructors championship? Finn McMillan. I think Mercedes is an easy choice. I will be straight with you. It's very easy for someone. If someone says Mercedes, it is very easy. It's an easy choice. Why? Because they've done it. They know what it takes to actually beat other teams. They've done it. They've been there. They've done it 7 years in a row. They know what has to be done. So what I'm saying is that okay, they're probably not 7 years in a row, but you know what I'm saying. They've been on a winning streak for many years now. But I wanted to be Red Bull. I wanted I want the championship, the driver championship, to be Verstappen. Why? Because I don't like Lewis Hamilton has proven what he needs to prove. He is the yeah. So Bottas is gonna keep Verstappen behind. I knew it, dude. The only issue is I don't think Bottas really wants to keep Verstappen behind, because at the end of the day, Bottas is concerned about his own race. So yes, he doesn't want Verstappen to beat him. But I don't think Bottas necessarily wants. How long it takes for Verstappen to get past Bottas. That is what they say is the deciding factor. I agree with them. That is why when I deliberately said that if Bottas wasn't a team player and wasn't in second place. Oh, he went wide. Okay, so Bottas went wide. Bottas went wide. He's squeezing Verstappen, yet Verstappen might pass him on the straight. Dude, I'm telling you, Bottas doesn't give a rat's ass about Lewis, dude. Bottas does not give a rat's ass. Verstappen is past Bottas. Verstappen passed Bottas. He now just needs to chase down Lewis Hamilton. Chase down Lewis Hamilton and pass him. That's all you have to do now, Verstappen. I don't know what the conditions are of your tires. Mercedes is telling Bottas that Verstappen's tires must be almost close to gone now. Only 5 seconds. There's 5 seconds separating Verstappen from Hamilton. 5 seconds. I thought it was going to be less than 5 seconds. I'm actually surprised. Let me just update my software here. I really thought it was going to be less. So Bottas was actually trying to keep Verstappen, actually trying to sandbag Verstappen. See, I would have told Perez to do the same, to keep Perez out instead of pitting him that first time. But I can see why they did it, because they wanted Verstappen. They wanted Perez to still be in the running, because I'm telling you, Mercedes will have no mercy. Mercedes will tell Bottas, you will not pit until Lewis Hamilton has finished the race in first, dude. That is literally what Mercedes will do to Bottas, dude. The only reason why Bottas is doing it is because he has got a big sum of money, a nice lump sum of cash that you can call his earnings, his career money. But ultimately, Mercedes has taken away any possibility of him ever becoming or recognizing him as a world champion. Mercedes has sucked the life out of him. Because why? Because when Nico Rosberg went head-to-head with Lewis Hamilton, Nico Rosberg, there's probably things that Nico Rosberg will maybe mention in the future of how he had to pretend to tell his team, no, I'm not going to do much. I don't want to race Lewis. I don't want to win the championship. Like he probably had to do so many things to ultimately tell the team, no, he's not really interested to cause any more stress on the team. And he knew he had to do it because he had to tell them one thing, but ultimately win the championship for himself. Oh man, I need to see this stuff. I need to see it. So I think it's very obvious by now that Mercedes already know that Verstappen's tires are grip-wise, they're not there anymore. And remember, it's a medium tire, so Lewis Hamilton has a hard tire. Now, Lewis Hamilton's tires can't be better than Verstappen's tires. However, we're talking about Lewis Hamilton here. We're talking about someone that has experience, someone that can defend with the tires. Whether or not he succeeds is a different story. Whether or not Verstappen's tires are really that bad that Verstappen can't push anymore, that we do not know. Five-second margin is being maintained. How is that even possible, dude? I'm wondering if Verstappen isn't doing this on purpose. Sometimes you will see that drivers will purposefully not push immediately. They would almost like take this deep breath, like they are taking these like 4 or 5 laps of just taking a deep breath and then decide how they want to go about doing this, where they want to do it, how they want to do it, where they want to do it. So this is where this might be happening, where Verstappen is now taking a deep breath. He's taking his 4 or 5, because remember this. Oh wait, there's 40. Okay, there's not much laps remaining, dude. So I'm imagining this is GG's. Okay. Personally speaking, if Lewis Hamilton makes a mistake, Verstappen will pass him. I'm almost sure of it. If Lewis Hamilton does not make a mistake, then I do not see Verstappen passing him. I don't see him passing. I don't see Verstappen passing him. The only question I have is that how much power does Honda really have? That's the only question I have. How much power? How much reserve? How much secret party mode button? Let's just see. I think they're showing Lewis Hamilton made a mistake. No, they're showing that oh yes, he did go off the track. Lewis Hamilton did make a mistake. If he goes off... Okay. Okay, so Perez is... I thought for a second, what the hell? So Perez is now passing Bottas, or should pass Bottas very soon. If Sergio Perez beats Bottas, I say Red Bull has won this season, this race. Not season, sorry, I'm jumping ahead. If Perez beats Bottas, because remember, it was Verstappen, one Red Bull in front, and then Hamilton qualified second, and then Bottas qualified third. If Perez is going to take away third position from a Mercedes, it means that there's 2 Red Bulls in top 3. And only 1 Mercedes in top 3. That means that ultimately Red Bull has won. Yes, maybe more on the constructor's side and not on the you know, the championship, the drivers' championship side, but I feel that as long as Perez passes Bottas and Verstappen and Perez is in the top 3, Perez is trying to pass Bottas. He's not really making it easy for Perez to pass him, of course, but he's very bad. No, he's definitely gonna pass him here. He's definitely gonna pass him. Yeah, he passed him. So Perez is... Verstappen is 2 seconds behind Hamilton, dude. 2 seconds behind Hamilton. See, that is why I'm... See, my issue is that Verstappen needed to be able to poke at Hamilton, to poke at him, have enough laps to catch up to Hamilton, be behind him, follow him, and then push him, poke him, and see where Hamilton's weaknesses is, and then he has to decide where he wants to make his move. I don't see that Verstappen can do it now, because I don't think he has any laps to actually test and poke at Hamilton, because he's still 2 seconds behind. I might be wrong. Maybe the Mercedes wheels are so bad that Verstappen can literally just use raw pace to pass him on the final lap. That is very possible. They say that Hamilton will only lead the championship by 2 points. Hamilton will only lead the championship by 2 points if Hamilton finishes first and Verstappen second. Verstappen is 0.7 seconds, almost. You could say almost eighth. You know, it's almost a second fast, man. Almost a second. Okay, it is not quite a second, but he's cutting a massive chunk of time off, or massive chunk of the gap off of Hamilton. He's coming for Hamilton. I just don't see him. The thing is, Verstappen needs to have had some laps to catch up to him, and then feel where Lewis Hamilton is strong and where Lewis Hamilton is weak, so he could strategize his own overtake. He doesn't have that. He cannot do it because he doesn't have the knowledge to make the right passing decision. He doesn't know where Lewis Hamilton is slow and where Lewis Hamilton is fast, to decide where in which corner he should try and make the move. And that is why I say, if he passes Lewis Hamilton, then Verstappen then Verstappen deserves it. They are mentioning that in Bahrain, Verstappen could have passed Hamilton and he couldn't. They're mentioning that in Bahrain, where Verstappen had more pace, he could have passed Hamilton and he couldn't. He couldn't make a pass stick, even though he was faster. The problem is that if Verstappen was less than a second behind Hamilton 5 laps ago, then he could feel then Verstappen could feel Lewis Hamilton, feel where Hamilton is pushing fast and where Hamilton is pushing slow, and then decide where he could be best suited to make a move on Hamilton. He cannot do it because he barely has enough laps to understand. Oh yeah, I also forgot that there's a massive reason why Verstappen will have an advantage is DRS. DRS, dude. Dude, like, I would say that Red Bull made the right decision. I believe Red Bull made the right decision. I 100% believe it. They say Max Verstappen is passed, but I think he made a mistake. No, he is past him. He is past him. He is. Why did I think that there was a mistake made? No ways. Max Verstappen passed Hamilton. Max Verstappen passed Hamilton, dude. Oh, please don't make a mistake, dude. Please don't make a mistake, Verstappen. Just beat him. Max Verstappen, not only did Max Verstappen beat Mercedes, he passed Mercedes fair and he passed Lewis Hamilton fair and square. He passed Lewis Hamilton fair and square, dude. Like, Lewis Hamilton can't say anything, dude, because he couldn't do anything. He just saw Verstappen go past him and he couldn't do anything with his Mercedes. That's the first time a Mercedes looked so pathetic against a Red Bull. That's the first ever time I've seen a Mercedes look so utterly pathetic against a Red Bull. Why is Mercedes so pathetic now, dude? Why are they so slow? Red Bull, Max Verstappen is now building his lead actually. Max Verstappen wants to literally nail he literally wants to nail the coffin shut from Hamilton to prove him that, dude, you had no chance in beating me in this race. Hamilton is now almost 2 seconds behind. He was just past, less than a lap ago. He was, dude. Toto Wolff is like distraught, dude. Toto Wolff is distraught. He looks like he just woke up from a nightmare, dude. Toto Wolff looks like he just woke up from a nightmare. And he just realized, no, it's not a nightmare. This is real life, dude. This is real life. Hamilton, oh my god, 3 seconds. Verstappen is like, dude, I don't want you to get near me, dude. Okay, so just for in case, I need to reference that Perez's move on Bottas is under investigation. I'm not sure why. It looked like a clean pass, and Verstappen wins the race, dude. 130 points versus I believe Lewis Hamilton is 125 points, I believe. So Verstappen have 5-point lead. Is that correct, or was it 6-point lead? I can't believe how wrong I was when this whole flexi wing drama came out. I was convinced when the flexi wing controversy came out that Red Bull was using some kind of dodgy mechanics to try and, improve their straight line speed. Honda engine, dude, a Honda engine. How sad must McLaren be? McLaren gave Honda their entry into Formula 1, gave them the hope, put all their trust in Honda, and only McLaren suffered. Honda gained everything. They built a championship winning engine because of McLaren. And now, luckily, Verstappen can capitalize, man. Verstappen is capitalizing because Honda power is real, dude. Honda engine power is real power. I would have never believed that that's even possible. Christian Horner is like, payback. Well done, that's payback. Fastest lap, 1 minute 36.404. Damn, he made a fast, like, I thought that 1 minute 36.5 was gonna be a very steep ask, but he did it, dude. He did 1 minute 36.4, even better than what was expected of him. I have to say, I want to see Lewis Hamilton's interview. I want to see Toto Wolff's interview, and I want to see what Christian Horner has to say to Toto Wolff. I'm not sure if you know this. Toto Wolff, Christian Horner, both team principals have beef with each other, and now we will see that beef being displayed, being played out on the Formula 1 stage. We will see them challenge each other in the media, call each other out, and trust me, Christian Horner has made the first checkmate move. Christian Horner has made the first checkmate. I did it, and not only that, they also put 2 Red Bulls in the top 3. That's the difference. The problem with Mercedes is they have made Bottas a number 2 driver, not a number 2 championship winning driver. the one thing we have to realize is that the same strategies that Mercedes have beaten Red Bull with, now they are suffering those same consequences. Like exactly what happened to Red Bull is now happening to Mercedes. It is as if Red Bull said, no, now it's your turn to feel that we also have strategies, that we can also outthink your strategies. This is the first time Red Bull has out-strategized them and outperformed them, performance-wise, dude. Like Red Bull has straight line speed, dude. Like who would have ever believed that actual raw straight line speed, that Honda power would be better than Mercedes? I would have not believed it. The only problem now is Mercedes will not stop that. They'll probably create an even more powerful engine. And that is Formula 1, boys and girls. That is Formula 1. It's always development cost. It cost them billions and billions, dude. Billions and billions of pounds because both Mercedes and I believe Red Bull's headquarters is in Austria. But Europe basically, they don't use pounds, they use euro, or they don't use dollars, they use pounds or euros. I did not believe, dude, when I saw Verstappen pass Lewis Hamilton, it looked like Lewis Hamilton was standing still. It didn't seem real to me. I thought that he made a mistake. I thought Lewis Hamilton, basically backed off because Verstappen made a mistake. That Verstappen cut the track or something. Because I was trying to look at it, but it's like it didn't seem right. It seemed like Lewis Hamilton was standing still compared to how fast Verstappen was moving. So I instinctively thought that couldn't be right. So I thought that Verstappen made a mistake. He maybe cut the line. He did something that he was going to get penalized for if he doesn't give that position back, or that he might go off the track. Like he's pushing too hard, he might go off the track because the speed difference there was so much that I couldn't understand it. So I didn't actually believe that he took the position because I thought the position was going to be automatically given back to Lewis. And I was wrong. The Red Bull wheels, the tires were just that good, dude. It lasted that long. It gave him grip for that long. It made Lewis. I'm looking at Lewis Hamilton next to Verstappen. Verstappen looks exhausted, dude. Verstappen looks like he was 10 rounds with Lewis Hamilton boxing, dude, and he came out the victor, but he looks drained, dude. He looks like he's mentally and physically just he gave it everything he could, dude. He's saying he didn't enjoy the start of the race, but he very much enjoyed the end of the race. He's saying on the hard tires they were better. Max Verstappen said they worked hard for it, but at the end they made it work. So, commentator saying it's a big statement for... And Verstappen says this is the way it will be for the rest of the season. You know, Verstappen, Mercedes has got billions and billions of dollars. They don't want to lose to anybody, dude, because ultimately it is their brand, their company name. I actually believe that they pitted Verstappen too early. But now I realize they pitted him exactly on time. That was Red Bull's strategy, dude. They knew they had to put him there and then if they wanted to give him the opportunity to be able to even get close to passing Lewis Hamilton. That is insane, huh? Red Bull's strategy, boys and girls. And trust me, the strategy of Mercedes it's insane, dude. They're championship winning caliber strategies, you know? They know all about strategies, Mercedes, and they just got beat by not only that Red Bull beat Mercedes fair and square, they also, the fact that 2 Mercedes was qualified in the top 3 meant nothing, because there's just 1 Mercedes in the top 3. It meant absolutely nothing, dude. It meant absolutely nothing. It's just so confusing. So odd. Sergio Perez. So Sergio Perez did bring it today, dude. Perez is saying the first 10 laps the car was undrivable actually. I'm sure that Verstappen could attest with his first or his second corner mistake at the start of the race. Insane, dude. Insanity. Baku race, I actually ended my stream early because I didn't want to see Lewis Hamilton pass Perez, but Lewis Hamilton made a mistake, dude. Made a mistake in Baku at his redemption. He made a mistake, so he couldn't even redeem himself. Dude, Max Verstappen looks like he has ran a marathon, dude. Max Verstappen looks like he was using his legs, dude, to pass Lewis Hamilton. Like he had to use all his physical power to get past Lewis Hamilton. Finally, man. Finally, we have an actual Formula 1 season, dude. Finally. Like, I knew as soon as I heard that radio of, like, anybody that hears me say this now, go back into this video when I finish this live stream. Then you will be able to go back and you know, go and rewind, and you will hear me say that even though Mercedes and Lewis Hamilton is claiming that they might do a second pit stop, I do not believe they're being honest about it. That they're basically manipulating the teams to think that that is what they might do. They want the teams to only believe what they want them to believe. And that's exactly what's going on, dude. Jos Verstappen, Max Verstappen's dad is there. Jos Verstappen's dad is there, dude. Can you imagine? I'm telling you now, if that left rear tire exploded, Jos Verstappen would have gone to Pirelli and probably punched. Probably pull someone's hair, dude. I'm saying pulling hair like it's a cat fight, but you know, I feel like saying punching might be a little bit more aggressive, because I don't think Jos Verstappen is that type of person. He is not the guy that wants to hurt people. He's just the guy that wants his son to be the best Formula 1 championship driver, the best F1 champion that he never was. Jos Verstappen, I actually saw Jos Verstappen race, dude. Unfortunately, he was never in big teams. He was never able to be in one of the stronger teams. Unfortunately, he was just never ever able to put himself in that top caliber. But his son is definitely, Jos Verstappen is living his fantasy of being world champion through his son, dude. he probably knew exactly what he needed to teach Verstappen. He probably knew exactly what Verstappen needed to learn in order for him to be better than him, you know, better than Jos Verstappen. Even with the very strange, the very odd reason for the radio, you know, having issues. Yeah, I thought that Lewis Hamilton, like, you know, the one thing I've learned is never ever underestimate Mercedes. But this race, Mercedes look like they're not even a championship winning team. This race made me think that, damn, if Red Bull is that much better than Mercedes in this race, and you guys have to understand, this is the racetrack that Red Bull feels they have less of a chance of beating Mercedes. This is the track that Red Bull feels that they are not that comfortable, not that you know, let's say not that capable of beating Mercedes, and yet they beat them fair and square, undeniable. Like, Mercedes had nothing, dude. Mercedes could not stop Verstappen. It's so strange because it came full circle, dude. Hungary happened last year where this is what Lewis Hamilton did. Verstappen was a sitting duck, and now Lewis Hamilton's a sitting duck. This is exactly what Verstappen had to endure, exactly what Verstappen had to suffer through. And now Lewis Hamilton is experiencing that. Now for the first time, Lewis Hamilton is going to realize that he is no longer invincible. And I will not be surprised if Lewis Hamilton will no longer be doing the championship next year. The only reason why he will be doing the championship next year is because he wants to continue making big bucks. That's the only reason. If he doesn't race, then, you know, the big bucks might not be there anymore. Dude, I'm looking at, dude. Oh, Lewis Hamilton looks destroyed. Lewis Hamilton looks like he's almost crying, dude. Lewis Hamilton looks like he's almost crying. You would think that Verstappen would be crying because he probably drove his freaking heart out, dude. Yeah, so what I wanted to say, team principal of Mercedes. Team principal of Mercedes can't even look at Lewis Hamilton, look up at the stage. He can't even, like, it is like he's trying to hide his face by looking down, dude. That is sad, dude. That is sad. Yeah, so Toto Wolff can't even look up, dude. He's literally looking down at the floor like he's been defeated. Finally, the almighty Mercedes and Toto Wolff has been defeated. Fair and square. Literally passed. Red Bull not only passed Mercedes, they passed Mercedes and strategized in such a way that even Mercedes wasn't even ready to receive the same exact treatment that Mercedes have given to Red Bull for two separate races, for two different races. Red Bull strategy has made Red Bull look like an idiot, and finally Red Bull has come out and made Mercedes look like an idiot. And Toto Wolf's face says it all. That is going to be it for me. I'm not going to continue streaming. I think if you really want to watch, Formula One, you have to do it. It is a fantastic sport. There will be boring races and there will be very interesting races. There's one thing you have to understand about Formula One is that the Formula One fans know that there's always these moments that make Formula One what Formula One is. Everybody knows, all the people that watch Formula One for years and years and years, for decades and decades and decades, know that Formula One is an amazing sport. It doesn't have to be a spectacle every single race, and most of the people that know that embrace that and understand that this is not a movie. This is actual racing. This is legitimate racing. And racing, sometimes, as long as everything goes well, then that is also a good thing. It doesn't just have to be last lap, now someone has to get past, and now Verstappen has to close in on Hamilton passing. That's not always the case. And also the heartbreak, the disappointment, dude. The fact that your engine can blow at the last corner. Your engine can literally break at the last corner. I've experienced it so many times with the drivers that I supported, so many times, and people don't yet understand that. And as soon as they start to understand that, then they're going to start respecting Formula One for what it is. It's more a case of introducing you to the reality of what life is that if things go well, if things go according to plan, even though it seems boring, that is possibly the luckiest situation that you could find yourself in, because not always do things go according to plan. Very seldomly. And that is me. I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this live stream. I'm very happy that Verstappen finally kicked Lewis Hamilton's, because it's always like, oh yeah, but Verstappen passed Lewis Hamilton in the pits. He didn't actually pass him. Well, he legitimately passed Lewis Hamilton today. And not only that, the Red Bull team out-strategized the championship strategies of Mercedes. Everybody knows Mercedes should never be taken lightly. So to do that, Red Bull is the best for today. Now, the next race might be a completely different story. Please do understand that Formula One evolves rapidly. They make so many different changes that the 1 second you think, oh no, Red Bull is the best team. No. The next second you will hear that Mercedes has got a new and upgraded engine. The next race you would hear that Red Bull is having issues with their engine reliability because it was pushed too hard in the French Grand Prix. You will see all of these things play out in the season, and that's what makes Formula One. And that's all I have to say. And that is me. I'm just grateful that Verstappen finally won and basically showed Lewis Hamilton that he's not invincible. I would say Lewis Hamilton feels more human being now than he's ever felt in a long time, and that's pretty sad. He's finally someone is putting him in his place, and Verstappen is doing it. And that's me. I have to stop talking now, otherwise I'm just going to continue talking, and that will be me. And thank you so much for joining and for watching. If you have been watching, if you do want to consider subscribe, and I will continue making some videos on Formula One, and most likely is live streaming almost every race. I try not to do qualifying because qualifying is so quick, and sometimes it's very unfair, because with Monaco, Verstappen could have qualified first, but Leclerc qualified first and crashed his car, so no one could actually have an opportunity of out qualifying and beating his time. So I just feel like qualifying is not always a good representation of what's actually going to happen in the race. And I think it's not always the best to, like, I would still maybe, upload a video saying what the positions were and what I feel is happening and what I think is happening in the race, and what people might have to look at. But that's going to be my opinions, and if you want to see those opinions here, if you want to listen to my opinions, All you have to do is like and subscribe, and I'll see you next episode. Ciao for now.
Search for SuperDaveDev, then subscribe with notification bell on.